So, I was at Tokyo Game Show yesterday. I was at Tokyo Game Show yesterday, which feels weird to say, but yeah, I've been to the world's second biggest game expo. Little old me. The biggest, of course, would be E3, but Tokyo Game Show, nothing to knock at all. In short, it was awesome, but a little disappointing. The disappointment really was because I built it up in my head to be much better than it actually was. I knew it was going to be crowded, but damn, first of all. And second of all, I thought there were going to be game developers and game industry figures walking about, which it turns out there wasn't. Although if I was a dev, I would not want to walk around that crowded area either, or be attacked by like 100 fans or something. So props to the ones that actually do appear. Turns out a few of them did, but today on the Sunday instead, and I went yesterday on Saturday. So at Kyoto Bit Summit, I met like 7 people, and I thought it would be similar here. On the other hand, the scale is pretty much what I blame for not meeting anyone. However, as I said, also today, Hideo Kojima went there, so I could have met him if I picked the Sunday instead. And more annoyingly, Arino Kacho from Game Center CX appeared. He was doing the stage and then he walked around, they said. So that was annoying. I came on the wrong day, but I went to Tokyo Game Show. I went to a bunch of booths, of course. I went to the merchandise area, even though I really don't. At this point, I have to spend as little money as possible. I still bought a couple of small merchandise because I have to be allowed something, right? The big, what I wanted to see at the show, really, because nothing's really new at the show, so it's just stuff we already know about. But I wanted to check out Rockman 11, aka Mega Man 11. That was, my main thing. I knew there was going to be Judge Eyes, the newly announced Yakuza, but with lawyers in it. Still fighting like normal, but they're lawyers instead of gangsters. So I didn't know there were any lawyers with black belts, but apparently there are. Then just the various booths in general. I really wanted to find Kojima because I wanted him to sign something that I'm giving to a friend of mine as a birthday present, which would have been nice, but of course, I picked the wrong day, as we said. Anyway, now for stuff, I got merchandise and swag and just stuff in general, because, besides all the pictures I took, I would want to get some stuff, and I had some stuff. Early on, I got this. Of course, I'm gonna keep for a while at least as a piece of memorabilia. It's also some kind of, I think you're supposed to put your thumb in here somehow. I'm not sure how exactly this works. Maybe fan with it, I'm not sure. Capcom's shop thing. This thing, also Capcom. Space Channel 5, which is a VR game now. Koei-tecmo's little brochure. Warriors Orochi 3, which I think... Oh, it's actually Muso. I was going to say that this Orochi is like they're a ripoff of Warrior Musou, but it actually is Musou, so yeah, shut me up. By the Game Center CX booth, which I found, there were actually... Arino Kacho was not there, but I did get... I had brought my Game Center CX book, so I got two autographs from Tanizawa, or Tani, the fat, I don't know what he does guy on the show that appears sometimes, and the producer, Kan. And that was cool. He was doing the register, actually, and so he signed the front book. Pretty cool. And I bought I actually put that away right now, but I got a thing I got from their store. I got this little mini prayer plate, but it's like a for gamers prayer plate. So at the back you can write what you pray for. For me, that would be beating Ghosts and Goblins, or Makaimura anyway, the arcade game. This flyer for the upcoming Game Center CX live event. I think they're back in Budokan, maybe. Live Namachosen. Only problem is it's October 28th, and I leave on October 2nd, so can't go, but still. And this Mega Man one, which I thought was actually nostalgic, because this Unite event, I actually went to it in Osaka. Well, halfway to Osaka, in the park thing. You all know I like clear files. I have a bunch of them from various games. Now I have 3 more. Got one from koei-tecmo, Warriors Orochi again on the other one side, and Dead or Alive on the other first side. Same as the actual the flyer actually came inside it. From Capcom, same deal there with their Capcom thing. Is this, even though it's not very good looking, this one I have to say. There's no Mega Man on it, no nothing. Ninja Warriors Once Again from Natsume. Natsume were there as in the independent section, which was kind of interesting. I guess they're Natsume Atari, as they're called. They're quite small now. They really make nothing much more than like Harvest Moon, which they made back in the day too, and Wild Guns Reloaded, or whatever that is called. But they're also making a remake of Ninja Warriors, and I like how in the Super Nintendo game, the first game was like on PC Engine or something, called the Ninja Warriors, and then they made Ninja Warriors 2, which is called the Ninja Warriors again in Japan, but they made it for American Super Nintendo 2. There it was just the Ninja Warriors, because there was no first game. This remake is called Once Again, which I think is pretty cool, even though in one way it feels like a title that makes fun of itself, like the Ninja Warriors Once Again, like it's like a rolling your eyes kind of thing, but still cool. Like I said, it's a remake, and I test played it. That's where I got the file. There was also a developer guy there standing. Actually, he wasn't like a programmer or designer, but turns out he was a game music composer, and he has worked on games since Super Famicom time. He's made music for Wild Guns and a couple other Natsume-related properties, Natsume games, which I forgot right now, but I got him to sign. I do have the Ninja Warriors cartridge, but I didn't think to bring it. Capcom were the biggest purveyor, hander-outer of stuff. At the Mega Man booth, I got this thing. Looks like right out of a cartoon or something. Some kind of thing here. After I stood in line for like 45 minutes to go to their shop, which I'll get to, as like reward, I got this postcard. And has a bunch of Capcom characters in fake sprite form, fake 8-bit as I call it. In their Mega Man booth they had which turned out this pamphlet, which is actually really fucking cool. It has like, I don't know, 15 pages of Mega Man goodness. It's like, apparently at some point Capcom made a survey, and this has like results of people's favorite game, favorite music, favorite boss, favorite character, and also they did some overseas study at some point too. For some reason, Bass or Forte is actually everyone's favorite character, West and East, and when did that happen? First of all, obviously it's Proto Man who's the coolest, but second, Bass? Huh? Okay, so he's only in like 3 or 4 games, first of all. He doesn't have much more personality than he's just angry and wants to get Mega Man, and he's, has black, yellow, he can shoot like do-do-do-do-doom instead of and charging up, and how come he's the most popular, but whatever. And lastly, they were also handing out this Blu-ray, Tokyo Game Show 2018 Blu-ray. Yeah, I think I haven't looked at it yet, but it looks like it has promotion videos, so probably trailers, and then some kind of it has special contents like History of Biohazard, History of Devil May Cry, Rockman 11, Game no Tsukurikata 1, which is like probably some kind of developer's log or something. Should be cool, even though I don't have I have a PlayStation 3 at home, but I bought a Mega Man figure. This box says Rockman 2, even though X is on the front. I have no idea what the 2 stands for. Certainly not the game. This was kind of like it was only 500 yen. That's why I bought it. You get a little figure, posable, and it's random. You have the 5 different kinds. There's Mega Man X. There's Vile. There's Mega Man from the Star Force series. It's Cutman, for whatever reason, and there's it's either the Super Adapter form from 7, or it's the Rush I think it actually is 7 they're looking for. And then one more thing, I had to go to... I saw it in the Capcom booth in a glass counter, but they didn't actually sell it in the Capcom store. I went to a separate merchandise selling store booth to buy it. It's a pin, Dr. Wily pin. Now the actual pin is just this round part, but that's why, in a way I don't want to remove it, because I think it belongs within this Mega Man 2 border here, but this is cool. This is also, was it like 800 yen, I think. So I think I spent 1,500 in total on merchandise. Got a couple of clear folders, some flyers that I don't know exactly how long I'll be keeping around. And all in all, it's just a nice experience. It wasn't. I would definitely say the Kyoto Bit Summit was much better. However, now I can say that I have been to Tokyo Game Show, which is just a badge of honor for me. So.